Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Greenbridge Community Housing Podcast for Luton. We're joined today by JP. I wish I knew what those initials stood for, but I'm sure you could tell us. From Boxing Saves Lives. Good morning.
Good morning. The JP stands for John Paul, so like most...
JPS.
Yeah, so John Paul Smith is the most confusing, most Irish name on one side and the most English name on the other. So John Paul is most kids around my age who were born around 1979 and 80 were named after the Pope. Because the Pope visited Ireland around about then, so loads of John Pauls are that age. Yeah.
No.
So So I've got John Paul, a proper Catholic name, and then I've got Smith, and you can draw your own conclusions with that one. So it's probably the most confusing name ever.
Oh, thank you for joining us this morning. We're going to talk about Boxing Saves Lives.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about why it was founded, what you're doing in the community, and how people can get involved, how people can volunteer, how people can turn up. So we're going to start with why it was founded. Founded in 2020?
Yes.
In lockdown?
Yeah.
Why did you start it?
So I recognise that how young people, if the country went into lockdown, how many young people wouldn't actually be safe. So I was building up towards setting up Boxing Save Lives before that because I thought about how many young people who end up going through the doors of boxing gyms, boys or girls, are usually dragged there when something goes wrong. So I wanted to set something up where we could actually start supporting these children before it got to that point. And I spoke to a lady called Kimberly Lamb from the Veery, as it was called then.
Very good. She's actually one of my best friends.
It's brilliant, honestly, amazing lady. And we had a lot in common from when I spoke to her because she was all about, treating the cause and not just the symptoms of youth violence. And so I set it up just before lockdown, literally the week on St. Patrick's Day. And the whole idea was we got to support kids one-to-one, keep them off the streets, get them out of trouble. And over the first year, we did all of that. And then after a year, what suddenly happened then was we got into schools. Because I met with a lady called Claire Dagnall who said, have you tried schools? And I didn't think schools would work.
No, Claire.
But once we got into the schools, she's an amazing lady and is a massive advocate for our work as well. And they're involved with Luton Town Boxing Gym. She said, I've tried schools, and then she got us into that first school, Stockwell Park Academy, and then it just went bang. And I was looking at my old pictures on my phone the other week, and I think within 2-3 months we were in 10 schools. And I forgot all about it. I'd literally forgotten about that. I'd looked at my phone, I'd put a post out on social media. So it was about getting in contact with young people, getting them early before they start getting into trouble. And a lot of it is boxing is just kind of a little bit of a hook. It's predominantly about connection between young people who are really, really struggling for a million different reasons.
But it isn't just aimed at young people, is it? It's aimed at dads and sons. Yeah. Girls.
Yeah.
So tell us about the dads and sons. How did that come about?
So the lads and dads idea came from, I think over the last few years I've just kind of seen how much boys and men have really been struggling, and kind of a lot of time they're left behind. A lot of things where men and boys are harmed within society, or boys especially, is hidden behind the word children. So actually lots of boys' problems are hidden behind that word, and actually these are huge problems for boys. And I wanted to build a connection between men, because I know obviously with the suicide rates in Luton and also mental health, access to mental health and getting men out there talking, I wanted to build something where we could give men and boys an opportunity to spend time with each other. So dads and lads came from that. And that came from Luke Larner from the local church, St. Andrews. And he had an idea of doing boxing because years ago, priests used to do boxing in the local churches. So he was like, I want to do that, JP. So between him and me and then Equality PCN funded it, we started Lads and Dads. And now we've evolved that. So now we've done that now we call it Men and Boys Boxing, because I had lots of mums that go, and my son really wants to come to this, but his dad isn't around. And we're like, of course, bring him. What else would I do? Yeah. So now we call it Men and Boys Boxing. And it's flying. It is brilliant. And it's just somewhere, even if it's lads and dads, to spend some time together. Because I'm a dad myself, and sometimes I might see my kids for an hour in the evening, if I'm lucky, because I'm working and I'm out doing stuff. And it was just an opportunity to build those little bridges for men to reconnect with their mental health and get better. Dads and lads to click together again, and just, again, getting out people across the entire community in Luton. So that's where it all came from. That was the idea, and that's exactly how it seems to have panned out as well.
So where does the Lads and Dads take place? Where does that take place, and when?
So on a Monday night at 6:30 to 7:30, during term times, it's at St Andrew's Church on Blenheim Crescent.
Oh, okay.
And
So
you
where the
literally know
PCN is?
Yeah, exactly where the PCN is.
right,
Yeah,
okay.
it's literally in the church as well, which
Oh, it's
makes it even
literally in-
cooler. Yeah, so it makes it even cooler because it's literally you walk in through the doors and you've got the reception of the church, and that's where we
it,
are.
yeah.
And there's a big, massive high ceilings around.
Yeah. It's a beautiful church.
Yeah, it is amazing, and we have great fun. You've got lots of kids who come and get involved in it, who really just want to shake off the cobwebs, got a lot going on. Mums just take them in and go, just have a wee go and support him. And we've got men who come in and just have a little bit. And the best way I can explain it is it's really good for people who maybe don't want to jump on board with a boxing gym just yet because they're a bit like, I'm not sure I can, it's a bit too much. It's somewhere to just go, okay, let's set the spark. Like there's a man who was with our session the other week. We did a men's health session. And he came down at the men's shed, and then the other day I heard a roar, JP, and this man's come walking down the road, and it's him. He's turning up for the men and boys session as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's really good at just setting that fire for somebody who's maybe not been out a lot, or maybe really struggling with their mental health, and going, you know what, this isn't too crazy. It's something you can do for you.
So was it a referral from the men's shed in Sandon Park, the new one, or?
Yeah. So what I did is I went to. They had a men's mental health event about 2 weeks ago, so I just rocked up to that, and that was with Hatter's PCN. So I came to that, and I had a stall there, but I was, what I'm like, oh, I've got some gloves here, so we might as well just start doing something, innit? So next day we got 5 of the men got up, and one of the ladies, Juliet, got involved as well, and she was brilliant. Right at the front she was as well. She was kind of pushing some of the lads, we would have said, but she was fantastic, and it was just an opportunity to just get people trying it.
Yeah.
And it was one of those classic things where the other men are sitting there going, oh, maybe next time. And then afterwards they're like, definitely next time. Please come back. Let's do it next time.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm going to go back and do that now with the men's shed, do a session for them. Maybe 2 half-hour sessions or something.
Oh, that's really, really good.
Yeah.
Because that's flying, isn't it?
It is.
I went to the launch. I was so surprised.
Yeah.
There was like 180.
Yeah.
It was I don't know how many of them were there to see Mick Harford.
Yeah.
But the fact that they turned up, and I have spoken to Nolette from Irish Forum, and I've forgotten his name, the guy that runs it.
Deacon Jim.
Yeah. Spoken to him, and it's really going well.
Yeah. And it's probably about 30 or 40 men turn up every week to have different things projects. It is a lot, isn't it? It really is. I'm not sure people realise that is a lot of people to show up every week for something, because sometimes things will start off big and then just disappear.
Yeah, that's really good.
But they're building lots of connections within the community. And Mick Harford, it was great having him there, but I've seen him at so many things recently. He really does go above and beyond, doesn't he? He was at Fiddles and Flutes at the weekend as well, popped in there.
Yeah.
And he's just everywhere. He's just a great man, and a really good kind of role model. It sounds silly to say that because he's a grown man of whatever age.
Yeah.
But he's just a great shining light for men, and he just attracts men because they see the good in him.
Yes.
He
really is the good at everywhere he is.
Yeah.
And he's always happy to stop and talk.
Yeah.
He'll always ask about my Josh. How's Josh doing? He's just a real shining example for Luton.
Yeah. He
really is. His time is always willing to give.
Yeah.
And I just like that he's a man of the people.
Yeah.
He really is.
That's exactly true, and he just exudes positivity.
Yeah.
And I think that's the kind of men I like to attract myself to in terms of the work we do. And the men at the men's shed. And when we run our men and boys sessions or our men's mental health sessions, you want people around you who are bigging you up, who are boosting you without you even realising it.
Yes.
Who will make you go home and feel about a foot taller.
Yes.
And they don't even realise they're doing that.
No.
But you just need that positivity.
All the time.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. He's a great man. And the men's shed, absolutely flying.
Yeah, that's really, really good news. I am really pleased to hear that. Boxing saves lives. Explain that to the listeners.
The best way I can describe it is that many of the young people we've worked with are young people who may have got caught up in gang violence, may have been on the edge of gang violence, or maybe, you can look down the road and you see this is where this is going to end for this young person. When you see some people young children go missing at the moment,
quite a lot, isn't there?
Quite a lot, and you know what's involved there.
And people keep just reposting missing. Have you seen this
same children as well,
and it's the same kids all the time.
Yeah, so there's children being exploited, children who are being caught up in violence, and it's about saving their lives in the sense of you're giving them their life back. You're finding them a distraction for them that they can get back to being themselves. You know, when I set up the Build Back Boys project, a lot of things set up now today is around how can boys support girls, and that's a really noble thing. But at the same time, look at that going, how about we start supporting boys to be themselves, and then we can build from there.
Yes.
That's how I look at it. And I know that riles a few people, but I'm like, how can you do all of these things without supporting yourself to begin with?
That's right.
You know, just
Has
get
to
that
start with
fire.
you.
Have to start with you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll end up a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll end up putting yourself not equal in relationships, second best in relationships. So I think our work with saving lives is about getting people their lives back and avoiding a life that's going to be misery, that's going to be further trauma, and is going to be something that, you know, they're going to lose years of their lives. So it's about, in that sense, it's about, that's how boxing save lives.
Right.
So I actually had a real problem when I set it up I called it Boxing Saves to begin with, because I wanted to call it Boxing Save Lives.
Right.
Because there's an expression in boxing called boxing saves more lives than it takes. Because the idea of people going on, people punching each other, how do you save lives? Because people are hitting each other.
Yeah.
But actually, the amount of young men and women whose lives have been changed by boxing far outnumbers the amount of people who have physically lost their lives to boxing.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So when I set it up, I called it Boxing Saves, and after a while I thought, just stop, just change it. And I'm so glad I did, because I know you said to me before, it's such a catchy name.
It really is.
It's
really is.
good.
Yeah.
And I've met people from Yorkshire before. The guy from Educating Yorkshire, Mushy, the guy with the stutter, he said to me when I met him at Stockwell Park Academy one night, and he said, I've heard of your organisation. I was like, you are joking me, man. You've heard of us? No way. So it's lovely. It's just so good. So I'm really glad we stuck with the name. Yeah. I love it.
How did the women's, because obviously, was it predominantly set up for women and girls, right?
So when I first set up, when I got into schools, one of the things that happened was I would have a bit of funding, and I would go to a school and go, right, we want to come in and work with some of the kids in your school, the ones who are really struggling. And they were like, oh, we don't really have any problems in this school around behaviour and stuff like that. And then I'd go, well, we've got all the funding. And they're like, oh, well, actually, we've got these 10 boys. And they'd be like, I says, we work with boys and girls.
Yeah.
So you speak to any head teacher we've ever dealt with in a school, in a mixed-sex school, and one of the key things I will say to them is we work with girls and boys. Because girls' issues in schools are quite different in terms of, you know, there will be, you have the issues around violence against women and girls, and we use bystander intervention among boys in order to be that one person in a group that makes a difference. Right. So we've always had that. For years, I talked to boys about masculinity as well. It's quite a popular thing to talk about now, but this is something we've been talking about for a long time with boys, positive masculinity. I did, toxic masculinity was the kind of thing we all jumped on board at the beginning, but after a while I kind of started realising that actually these boys I'm working with, there's nothing toxic about them. They're doing it wrong. They're getting it wrong. And if we have faith in them, we can change things around. So our women and girls part of it was working with girls in schools. We had all girl groups we were working with. And that's not just against boys, because girls will have terrible problems with each other. And not many people talk about that. They could tell you everything the boys are doing wrong.
Yeah, but not
what the girls are doing. Yeah. And unfortunately, those could be deeper problems, because they'd be long-standing problems and mental health problems and really difficult. So I don't shy away from that. No. I'll go, this is a problem I want to fix.
Good.
So also we had weekend sessions. Now Michelle Nelson, who works alongside us, who runs Bellator Boxing, she was running a women's session, and I said, why don't we combine it and we'll do it together and we'll create it for free. So what we'll do is we'll set it up that every Saturday morning women and girls can come into this session. And it was in Ringcraft Gym in Dunstable to begin with. Okay. And then it came to Lucy. And that was literally somewhere where women and girls didn't have to worry about the cost. Could just show up, get involved, and it was awesome. We did a video a few years ago and it was just amazing. I only went in there once because it was for women and girls. I'm very strict on that. Yeah. And the music was pumping, and every woman who talked about it, talked about their mental health. Yeah. It's really good for mental health. Michelle's a great coach, and I just loved that about it. Yeah, good. So my mentality there has always been, it's got to be kept for free, because the woman who needs it the most could be the woman who can afford it the least. And that's about keeping our proper community thing. Yes. So that's the different aspects of the violence against women and girls things we do. Because if you've got a woman who's maybe struggling with confidence in a difficult relationship, that extra bit of support could be the thing that gets her over the edge to go, I'm stepping away from that. I'm leaving that relationship behind. Or it could be somebody who's just building their life back up again, who's been through maybe lost their dad, or maybe have been through a difficult relationship in general, and are just trying to build themselves back up again. So this is the kind of thing we do with women and girls. But I know a lot of the people see me talking about men and boys, but it's probably because I see an oversteer where men and boys get left behind. But we've always done the work for women and girls, and still do.
How can people get involved?
So I get people all the time asking me about coming to volunteer with me, but I think it's a difficult one to answer because a lot of our work happens within schools. So
a lot of safeguarding there, isn't there?
A lot of safeguarding, yeah. But, you know, I have to speak about this man called Trevor Hibbert. Trevor and his son Arthur have been coming to our lads and dads sessions and our men and boys sessions. And honestly, I wouldn't even have left the building to go home and he'd have put a post out on Facebook. Brilliant graphics and all this stuff, bigging up all the stuff that we do. Yeah. So he's coming on board as doing some coaching as well. So he's a brilliant man. He's a great dad, you know, and he's just a great family person as well. And so I think a lot of our stuff when it comes to people coming on board is maybe people who might do a little bit of work with us if we're out in the community, right? And then eventually come on board in terms of like actual coaching and paid work. So like Coach Haley's with us. She's done some volunteering with us in the summer. Now she's just coaching for us at school. And we've a couple other coaches who've come that way as well. Perfect. So it's just kind of something that would just kind of organically grows rather than something we need 10 volunteers for this.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Do bear us in mind if you do ever need any. So with regard to the sessions, where are they? What times? What days? And can anyone turn up? Yeah. So the Women and Girls session is on a Sunday. That's coached by Tycee Gallagher, who is the WBO international champion. Yeah, met her. First ever female professional boxer for Luton. Met her. Commonwealth champion. And the UK's first ever British super bantamweight champion. Big up Tycee. Yeah. So she runs that, she's an incredible lady. So that's 11 till 12 on a Sunday. Again, that's free. No experience needed. And that's at Luton Town Boxing Gym. So that's on 31 Latimer Road. Yeah. And on a Saturday morning, sometimes it changes from Saturday to Sunday, but we have a WhatsApp group for it. We've got a men's mental health session. Okay. So same place, Luton Town Boxing Gym. And it's, again, great place for men to shake off the cobwebs, to, you know, have a tough week, start hitting the pads and getting involved. We've got a good group of about 10 men who can show up every week for that. And that's come from a different project we did in one of the local really churches. It's absolutely brilliant. And again, just more the merrier, loads of room for more people. And again, free. Lovely. You know, building that positivity. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Come in. Guarantee if you come in once, you'll come again. Perfect. And the other one we have at the moment is we have a boys boxing session on a Saturday morning about 10:30. And that is same place. Just pause that 1 second. Pause it. Yep. Oh my God, I'm dripping. Go on. That door was... Once you turned it off. Yeah. Oh my God, sorry. That's all right. I can feel it. Right. Can we open the door again? Yeah, please. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, give us 1 sec. Oh my goodness. That's the problem with aircon. Yeah. When I have my fan, never have the problem. But it's either too hot or too cold. Okay? Yeah, grand. Yeah. Is there anything you wanted to get in? Any message? Let's talk about our Build Back Boys and Girls Like Me programme, yeah? Build Back Boys and Girls Like Me, yeah? Build Back Boys Like Girls and Me. Let's get that in there, yeah? Build Back Boys. So I just maybe a question about, is there any specific you're doing boys and girls in schools? Okay. Yeah. Shall we roll it back to you asking me about work and we see it? Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so can anyone get involved, and where would they go? Is there any cost involved? What do they need to bring any equipment or anything with them? No, so there's no cost involved for anything that we do. So, for example, the women's session on a Sunday morning, that's with Tycee Gallagher, the WBO international champion. Had the pleasure of meeting her. Yeah, she's Luton's first ever professional boxer. She's the first ever super bantamweight British champion, and she's also a Commonwealth champion and her official hype man here. But I love Tycee; she's great, and she just exudes positivity. Yeah, and she's an amazing role model for women and indeed boys as well, because she's done a lot of work in our schools with boys, so she's great. So that's Sunday.
11 to 12 at Luton Town Boxing Gym on Latimer Road. Now, Saturday morning, sometimes Sunday morning, we'll have a men's mental health session. It changes because the coach is a professional boxer, so it might change. But we have a WhatsApp group for it, and that's with Frankie Story, Southern Area title holder. See, I'm doing all these boxing terms. But again, and that's free as well. So no money involved, no equipment involved. Just show up and get involved. And I guarantee you, if you show up once, you'll come again.
Perfect. And that's at the same place?
Same place, yeah.
Okay, right.
Now, what else we got? So another boys session we're doing a Saturday morning. So that's for young lads who may be struggling. It's not a very busy session. So if you had mums or dads whose sons are struggling a bit, that's a good one to ease them into it, you know.
Yeah.
And a nice bit of privacy of the boxing gym where they can actually, you know, express themselves without having to worry about who's around and not having any attention on them.
Yeah.
And the other one is, that's Luton Town Boxing Gym as well. The other one is the men and boys session. We spoke about at St Andrew's Church on a Monday night, 6:30 in term time. So the last one is next week before we come back in September. And no equipment. So if you want to bring your son along, let him get involved. And then men can involve. But any under 18 children, parent just brings them.
Perfect.
So it's lots
What
of stuff.
programs have you got running at the moment?
So there's a couple of things in schools at the moment. We have one called Build Back Boys, and we've piloted that at Tuckle Youth Space. We've done one at Sacred Heart Primary School, and then we've done one at ACE, the pupil referral unit in town. So the lads, all the different spectrum of the boys that we work with, you know, lads who have a lot going on, lads in ACE, you know, they've got a whole world of problems and issues going on.
Yeah.
But their desire to actually improve is just absolutely incredible, you know. And the way I look at it is that those boys really need our support. If we can support them boys in any way, then we can support anybody.
Yeah.
You know. And then we have in Taco.
Just going back to that. ACE is often seen as kind of like last chance saloon for a lot. Because I know, because I used to teach there.
Yeah.
And I used to teach boxing there.
Yeah.
I used to teach boxing at, I think it's called Queen Elizabeth now.
Yes.
On a Monday afternoon. The kids would come in and they'd be really angry.
Yeah.
Really angry. Had a bad day at home, bad day at school, no one was talking to them, being bullied, whatever.
Yeah.
10 minutes on the pads. They're different.
Yeah.
So different.
Yeah.
They leave the session, they're smiling, they're happy. They're like, Miss, can we do this every day? It's just an escapism for them, which is great.
Yeah. So we have Michelle Nelson runs our boxing intervention in there. Okay. So that exact thing, they come in, God knows what's happened at the weekend. They start smashing the pads and they go from here to here to here, and you're like, oh, brilliant. But this project we did, Build Back Boys, there was no boxing involved. So it was a real challenge for us trying to get these boys to sit down and up off the chairs and go. But they're just brilliant. You know what? It's just, there was a time at the end of the project where I got an email from one of the guys going, some of the boys are wondering if maybe they could do a little bit of boxing before they start talking about their feelings. And I was like, but it's not a boxing thing. And I thought, turn that upside down, JP. Yeah. None of these boys are saying, let's not do it. They're just saying, can we do a wee bit of boxing and then we can get to the good stuff? And I was like, this is a success. This is really good.
And it's come from them, hasn't it?
Come from them. Yeah. So I just thought it was really good, and the staff and support we got was absolutely incredible. You know, from Claire. Claire Murphy and Jeremy, the head teacher. Brilliant support.
Good.
So we're going to build on now. I actually got an email yesterday, but that was a pilot project, so we're going to build on that again to see where we go from that. And the other one at Sacred Heart was just a group of boys on a Friday morning who had so much going on in their lives, been through so much, and it was just about, seeing how a little talk each week about masculinity. We talked about, domestic abuse at times as well. So we weren't shying away from things. These boys were mostly year 6. And the boys really took to it. Yeah. But it was about getting them to understand how they can make a difference in some of the things they see. And some of the things I said to them, that's not your burden. When you're worrying about certain things, sometimes you can step away. That's not your burden. You don't need to be worried about that. You're 10, you're 11. Yeah. Let's just leave that for a little while. Yeah. And it was about building them up together as a group. When we finished that, we did 7 weeks because one of the boys nicked another extra week out of me. And I was just, my eyes were streaming. I was leaving. I got in my van. I recorded a wee video, put it out. But just those boys were just it was just so wholesome. So now we're back there doing a girls group called Girls Like Me. I've got a lady called Hayley who's doing that for me. So same kind of principle, bit of boxing, and then you've got a lady who's coming in and talking to them about emotions and resilience and how to deal with big feelings. And again, it's just another aspect of girls understanding how friendships can come up and down, and not taking everything to heart, and about dealing with insecurities. So that's the kind of level we're working with young people. You know, from the outside you think where people are just punching pads, but there's so much more to it than that. You know what I mean? So much more. So
much more. I ask the same question at the end of every interview. What's 2026, 27 looking like for you?
Busy. So I've just texted a lady who wants me to come down and do some work in Norfolk. So that's another plan we've got. Yeah.
You don't just cover. You cover the whole country.
So we cover most of our schools are in Luton, but then we'll do across Bedfordshire. We'll do 4 or 5 schools in Hertfordshire, 2 schools in Milton Keynes right now. But I've just had 2 calls to do 2 more schools in September, Milton Keynes. Possibly Norfolk if that gets done. And I think 2026 for me is maybe doing some work in Ireland. I think going working in a school in Ireland. Yeah. I've got my box of badges there and just going over there and doing that. And this is what I'm like. I go to Ireland for a family thing and I come back, I want to do this. And I was like, will you just calm down? I'm like, no. But I think it's just being ambitious and going, right, okay, let's try something. Because the problems there will be the same as the problems here. And young people will have their struggles. Yeah. So why not just pick it up and take it there. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Yeah. But having faith in it and having faith in young people, because that's what makes it work. It does start with them.
It all starts with them. Yeah. And if we don't get it right there, then that just, ripples through society as they get older. Yeah. And those problems go with them. Yeah. So if we can catch them early, hopefully that 2040 vision for Luton and for the country really, it can be achieved.
Yeah, it can be, and I think a lot of it is about listening to young people. I mean, that's a lot of people talk about listening to young people and they don't. They talk at them, and a lot of things we'll have with our Build Back Boy stuff is about, building you up, getting you back to be that kid you were before if you've made mistakes. Yes. Okay, and getting you to maybe be back to that kid or actually be a different version of that kid and actually just getting back to your values, who you want to be, and building from there. And a lot of people will talk to young boys and think that, oh, this is what you want to be like. No. Listen to what he's like. Find the things that motivates him and build from there. And our work rises and falls on a couple of things. People who will fund us to do the work. Amazing coaches to carry it out. Yeah. Okay. And more importantly than anything else, amazing boys and girls and men and women who will actually come up and trust us to support them. We're nothing without them. No. And I always say that.
That's great. It's been great.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Do come back and tell us about how projects are running and what new things that you've got going. And it's great that the service is accessible to everyone. Yeah. It's free. Yeah. It's for individuals, so men and women. Yes. Boys and girls, families, which is great, isn't it? Because sometimes if mum or dad or both are busy working, haven't really got that time to connect. Absolutely. It's kind of like, okay, have you done your homework? Have you done this? Is your room tidy? Have you eaten? Bed. Yes. But if there's somewhere they can go on a Saturday morning or a Sunday afternoon or a Monday evening and actually connect together, that's really powerful. Yeah. That's really powerful. That's the great work. Thank you. Well done. Looking forward to having you back.